It is our privilege to welcome everybody back to the Smart Family Media Center for game week. As a reminder, this press conference is being streamed on Clemson Plus as well as by our partners at The Roar and Fox Carolina. So we will ask that you please speak up and enunciate when asking a question so those audiences can hear what you're asking. As always, Coach Swinney will have some opening comments, then we'll go to questions in the room, and if time permits at the end, we'll go to questions virtually via Zoom. Coach, whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right, well, it's go time. So I know everybody in here is ready to roll, and it's exciting always to kick the season off. And this time next Tuesday, we'll have a result, and we'll be on to the next one. But getting the process started is always a lot of fun. You know, it's a ton of work that goes into just getting to this moment right here. And I'm proud of our team and how they've worked since January. But in particular, our team and our staff the last 6 or 7 weeks. I mean, there's a lot that goes into getting to this point, and they've done a great job. And now we got to go play a ball game, see where we are, and go from there. And it's going to be exciting. Excited to be at home. I know it's going to be an amazing environment. The team had a chance to get out there last night under the lights, and there's just something special about game week. It doesn't matter if you're a peewee team or a senior in high school, or Aaron Rodgers that's 50. When you wake up and it's game week, it's like it's game week. I mean, and that's everybody. If this is what you do for a living and you cover this sport, y'all probably all said the same thing this week. Like, it's game week. Like, let's go. All right, this is what we signed up to do. All right, this is it's awesome. So man, I love it, and just looking forward to watching our team play and compete. With everything they got a great matchup, obviously, with LSU coming in here, and Coach Kelly is, his track record is. Easy to look up. I mean, he's got a long track record of winning for a long time, so you don't get lucky and have jobs like LSU. He's a great coach, and has his team really well positioned to have a great year. This is a very talented football team on both sides of the ball. Similar to us in a lot of ways. In that they've got elite quarterback play, elite skill. And they got dudes in the trenches on both sides, so it's a very similar team as far as just the makeup. So that's why it's a top 10 matchup, and I don't have any doubt it's going to be one heck of a game. Quarterback's a really good player. He's a leader. He's tough. Got a lot of respect for him. I've never met him, but man, I got a ton of respect for this kid. He's a guy that has stayed and he's developed, and now he's on his way to being a high draft pick. But he's got a lot of poise. He's got great instincts, really good pocket awareness. He's got big time arm talent. He's tough, and they've put a good group together up front. They had some guys that graduate and move on, so they went and brought in some really good players, some experienced guys, and got big-time skill. They got guys that can take the top off. They got guys that can, complement their run game, with the screen game and getting the ball in space and breaking tackles. They got, 0 and 1 or 2 really compact, physical runners. 3 is a rocket ship. 4, I think, is number 4, kid coming over from Oklahoma. He's a big-bodied receiver. He'll be the biggest guy out there. So, 29 is as good as we'll probably see. I mean, he's a very, very, very good back. He is strong. He's powerful. He breaks tackles. He's has the speed to take it the distance. They do a good job of involving him in the run game. So, do a nice job in all areas. They really don't, in my opinion, have any weaknesses on the offensive side of the ball. They equip the quarterback to make them right. And most of the time he does that. And then over on the defensive side, elite linebacker play. They've got a lot of experience there. I think probably as good a corners as we'll see all year. Number one is back. He's a great player, got length, and then they went and got the kid from Virginia Tech, who we've seen, know a lot about him. He's a great player. Safeties are really good players, and then they're stout up front. The guys that are back from last year, good players, and they went and added, a few guys. So, got the kid from Florida State, who we've played against. They got the kid from Florida, who's a really good physical player as well, coming off the edge. So, I mean, it's just, again, I think a really good complete team, but defensively, all three levels, they got dudes, and I think that Coach Kelly has stated this is, he thinks his best defense that he's had and maybe his best team. And I can see why when you really study these guys. So should be a heck of a matchup. And from a health standpoint, we're in a good spot. Been very fortunate to this point, and hopefully it stays that way. We got tough practice today. Tuesday's a tough day. Tough day tomorrow as well. So a couple of days we gotta get through. But as we sit right now, we're in a good spot from an injury standpoint. Going into the season. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Coach, what do you think about LSU? Coach Kelly kind of heightening the emphasis on the opener as opposed to other big openers that they've had in recent years, putting the Tiger ball up in their weight room.
Yeah, I don't have any thoughts either way. I mean, everybody, I can't put myself in his team room, locker room. Everybody has their, own way as far as what you got to do in whatever moment, whatever team that you're coaching at that particular time. He's done it a long time, so whatever he wants to do, I'll leave it up to him.
Is Walker Park seat fully clear, or is it green or yellow? Or?
He's back in practice, so he's doing good.
How is Jay Haynes continue to progress?
He's coming. He's not going to play this week, but he's right there. I mean, we knew going in he would probably. He's been in green, so they just haven't. Him and Ari are two guys that have been in green really all camp. So next step is for them fully back into practice as far as contact. So they're both close, and they're just both coming off pretty good knee injuries, and they just want to be really cautious with those guys before we really put them out there. So they're both again doing really well, and excited for them to fully be activated at some point soon.
Speaking of Haynes, would you say that Gideon and Keith and Easy are kind of on the same footing behind Adam Randall?
I mean, we got to go into the games, and we'll see where it's at. But I think that all those, we have confidence in all those guys. But Adam will start it off for us, and we'll see how it all shapes out as we get some live play. But we have confidence in all those guys, and same with Jay when he gets back.
Elijah missed spring practice. Elijah Thurman, what did you see out of him, I guess, over the last month, and how comfortable are you with his versatility and being able to possibly go in there at right guard in a big moment?
Man, I mean, we saw it last year. I mean, he had to go in. What was the first series of the Virginia Tech game, I think? First series, true freshman. And oh, by the way, they got the leading sack guy in America. I can't remember that guy's name, but he was leading the nation in sacks. And you got a true freshman out there, and he had a heck of a game. And then obviously the next game he gets hurt on the first play at Pitt. But we got a ton of confidence in Elijah. He's had a great camp. He has, and we knew that when we signed him. What we didn't know, we hoped, but we didn't really know. You have to confirm things once you start coaching guys. But just how smart of a football player he is. Like, he's done it. He really has played 5 positions in high school, and so we saw that versatility. But how will that translate for us? And he really can play 5 positions. Like this kid is a special talent. He is a great football player, but we have all the confidence in him. He's had to play. He hasn't played as much center in camp because we've had to use him at tackle as well. So he's played some tackle, but I mean he could start anywhere for us. for sure. He's a starter for us. I mean, I don't even know who Matt's going to run out there first, honestly. I think he it's kind of like, I don't know if y'all remember Dan Brooks, when we had all them. We had 5 guys that could start for 2 spots, and he'd grade them in Tiger Walk. He'd grade them in pregame. I didn't really ever know who was running out there first and I really didn't care. So they were all dudes. I knew Grady Jarrett was running out there, so it was really 4 guys for 1 spot, and they were all guys. All guys. So I kind of see it the same way with those 7 guys that we have in that offensive line that we see as starters. I think all those guys play every week unless somebody's hurt or something. But Elijah is a starter. And again, I mean, he could start. He truly could start at 4 positions for us. And that gives us that's a blessing. There's not many teams that have a blessing like that where you got a guy that could literally start 4 positions for you and play at an elite level. And we think he can do that. Obviously, he started at a left tackle for us already in the games.
How's Amari Adams health-wise after the ankle?
He's good. He's good. He's rolling.
For those Braden Jacobs fit in this year, you mentioned those top 7, so you guys right behind that.
I'd say he's 8. He's right there. Yeah, he's 8 and coming. He's on his way. I mean, we got a good group. I mean, really all those guys. I mean, Braden, Ronan O'Connell. I mean, I really like him a lot. He's a big, strong, guy's made of gristle. Mason Wade, Easton Ware is another guy that we think is going to help us. Dietrich. I mean, so we've come out of camp with, a good group of 12 guys that we think, give us really good quality depth. But 7 of them that we think are ready to start, and Braden is coming.
Coach, I'm just curious, growing up, how you viewed LSU, growing up and in your playing days. Did you view them as another rival in addition to Auburn, or was it not as big a rivalry back then as it is now?
I mean, growing up, everybody that played Alabama was a rival to me. I mean, that was just how I grew up. Like, if you were playing the Tide, like, you were a rival, whoever we were playing that week. But certainly the it was just kind of ingrained in you growing up that, Tennessee and Auburn, like, that was just kind of. Now, when I got to Alabama and spent 13, so I was a part of 13 Alabama LSU games. You played everybody, when I was in Tuscaloosa, those 13 years. So, and LSU was in our division. So, I mean, you played them every year. And, in fact, I don't remember, some mid-'90s or something, but we had to go there twice. I think it was one of the times they expanded the conference. So we ended up having to go to Baton Rouge twice. So, I got a ton of respect for the program. I've competed against them as a player and as a coach. So that's really about it. Excited to go down there next year. I think that'll be a great. Haven't been there. I don't know when the last time. I don't know if we played there in 2000 or '99. I can't remember where we played them. I know in '98. In '98. Was it 98 or 99? We played them there because I just remember we won. We were down like 13 points with like a minute 40 or something, and we won. We hit Sean Alexander on a wheel route out the back door, and then because the game was over. I mean, it was like over, and we hit Sean Alexander, and then we hit Quincy Jackson on a little sprint wheel. We hit Quincy Jackson on a tip ball in the end zone. It was wide out for me, and I was a receiver coach. And then we onside kick, and Jason McCadley, another wide out, comes up with the onside kick. We hit Sean Alexander for the touchdown. Onside kick, Jason McCadley got it. Then we hit Quincy Jackson, tip ball, touchdown to win the game. It was crazy. That was one of the craziest games I've ever been a part of. So a lot of battles. I don't think they do it anymore. But back when I was playing, you'd come right out of the tunnel, and they'd have the Tiger right there, like you're getting your gloves on, you're getting ready to go out for pregame, and it'd be like, and there he was. Was it Mike? his name? They had the tiger. I mean, like in a cage right at the entrance. So got a lot of cool memories from LSU. It's one of the cool places, I think, in college football to experience a game, just like this place here. So, but as far as a rival, everybody that played the Tide was a rival.
Dabo, both Cade Klubnik and Garrett Nussmeier, guys who have been in college for a long time, staying with one program. How much do you think that's helped them, and how much easier is that for you as a program going into a new season every year?
It's great. I love, it's very well documented. We love to develop our players, and it's hard to develop them if they're not here. So I think it's just, there's a lot. It's like anything else. When you stick with something for a while, you get better. The continuity with the people around him. He's been playing with these guys for a while. I think it's great. I think we got a kid very similar behind Cade in Vizina. This is a kid that could have gone, a lot of places. But he chose to come here, and we really recruited him that way. We're going to redshirt you. I'm not going to sign a quarterback. You're going to be my 24. I think it was 24, whatever. You're going to be my 24 signee. I'm not going to go and get a young guy. I think that might have been when I brought Paul Tyson in or Hunter. I can't remember whoever I brought in that year. But you're going to be my 23 and 24 signee. He was 17 years old, and we kind of laid the path out. And hey, if you beat Cade out, you beat him out. But if he's what I think he is, hey, we'll put some separation between you. It's going to be a great opportunity for you to really develop. Like, you ought to be in this for the long term, not for just what's your freshman year. And CV really bought into that, and so he's put himself in a real good position. Y'all don't get to see him a lot, but that kid really has grown and really developed, and I think he's got a good future as well. But which is similar to Nussmeier, right? I'm not saying he's Nussmeier. I'm just saying a similar chosen path. He was behind a great player in Jaden Daniels, and kind of was developing. And then when his opportunity came, he's been amazing with it. So hopefully that will be a path for CV. But that's all to be determined. But as far as there's some similarities as far as the path chosen.
When we've been able to kind of watch a little bit of practice, I've been noticed Tom Allen coaching his coaches as well as the players. Now that you've had a fall camp with him, have you learned anything new about him, or has something impressed you now that you're getting to go into a game? What stands out about him and his preparation?
I guess I'd say, everything's kind of new because I just never worked for him. But I would think probably the biggest thing is he's the same guy every day. He's just the same guy every day. He really, he brings it every day. He shows up every day. He's very detailed. He's very organized. There were some things when I hired him that I really hoped that I kind of, in all my research and all my due diligence, this is kind of what everything was pointing toward. But again, until you experience it, and so it's been good to see just how he's managed the room. He's very organized, and he's just done a great job leading. Which is really was my main thing was, especially with the staff that we have. We got, as I've said many times, we got a bunch of strong alpha dudes in there, and I needed a guy that could really run that room with the intensity and accountability that I wanted, and he's just done a great job of that. So I've seen that every day, and again, he's been the same guy every day. I said last night on the radio show, it's been a great honeymoon. Hopefully it continues. So we'll see.
Is there another level Avion Terrell can hit this year?
Shoot, absolutely. He's got a whole way another levels to his game. From just consistency in performance and tackling and technique, fundamentals, his hands, finishing on a few more balls, recognition. He's developing. He's a developing player, but he's far from his ceiling.
Punting has got a lot of the special teams focus as far as the questions, but what about field goal protection, and what makes you confident that that's shored up this year?
Well, we worked really hard on it, and I like the guys that we put on the team personnel-wise. I think our personnel is better. We've got our battery back, so that's been very efficient. But we've got good length on the edges, and Matt takes ownership. That's his thing right there, and he's taking a lot of ownership on that field goal team. So just believe in him and all the rest of the coaches, everybody that works on it. But they've demonstrated it in practice. So hopefully that'll be a strength for us.
You talk so often, Coach, about how limited number of game days there are for a college football team. If everything goes perfect, you guys get 16 opportunities. When you work all year for something, how do you feel the energy start to shift in the building on one of those rare game weeks?
Oh, it's like I said, you wake up. Like Sunday morning, you wake up and you're just like, wow, let's go. It's game week. It's just a different. We're not normal people. None of us are normal. We're like really abnormal people. No normal people signs up to do this for a living. You got to be a little not normal to work all year for 12 days. Again, especially in this sport, it's such a unique sport that way. It's so different from really every other sport. I don't really know another sport like it. It's baseball, basketball, soccer, track, tennis. You name it. Like, you play so much, you practice so much in football, you meet so much, you train so much, you condition so much, you play so little. It's such a unique game, and there's this enormous in America college football. There's just this enormous amount of interest and passion, and sometimes healthy, sometimes very unhealthy. But you're gonna just you get a result, and it's just so much that comes with that result. Unwarranted praise, unwarranted criticism, whatever. It's all the same, but it's what makes it fun, right? And yet we all sign up for that. There's so much that goes into it, but man, I love it. I would rather know that feeling than not. But again, it just never gets old. It doesn't matter if I'm third grade playing on the flag football team back in the day, or man, a Friday night light, or playing days in Tuscaloosa. Like it's game week, and you just love it. I love the structure of it. I love putting it together. I love practice. To me, honestly, I think that's how you create consistency. That's what you have to love. Game day is great, but it's really all the other stuff is what you have to love, and I do. But when it finally gets to one of these days, one of those 12 days that we know we get, and you get what you earn after that, it's just like, let's freaking go. And then you look up and you go, oh man, we're playing LSU on national TV, at home for the first time this decade. It's awesome. It's a lot of juice, man. You just feel it. It's a bunch of juice.
You mentioned you brought the guys under the lights because it's the first home opener and it feels like a decade. Do you feel extra juice for that as opposed to some of these road or neutral site openers?
First games I think are always there's just so much excitement, to go play. There just is. These guys, they're kids. We forget that. These are young people. They're just young people. I know, when you don't really know people and you see them in a certain persona, these are just truly young people that are very passionate about what they do, and now they get a chance to go do it. It's just, there's always excitement. It don't matter who you play or where you play. It really is. But anytime you get a chance to have one of these 7 days here at home, and oh, by the way, it's the opener. There's some serious juice to that. It's a lot of fun.
What's been your assessment of Royal?
He's a great player. He's bought in. He's really been a great fit for us. He's about his business. I mean, like, if this is what's required, he's always up here. Just who he is every day. Really, really talented player. And again, the kids love him. He's been a great fit for us.
Coach, Harold Perkins missed most of last season with the ACL, but special.
Seven?
Yeah, 7.
Baller.
Defense. Yeah, special player. They like to use him in a lot of different ways, or at least before the injury. How much of a problem is he?
A baller. He's a problem. He's a big problem. They moved him obviously he was playing in initially, and so I think that'll be a question for us early. Where is he? How do they use him in the run game, in the rush game? How do they use him, and where is he? Like those are that he but I promise you this: we won't have to look hard to find him. We know he'll be involved. So he's an elite player. He is a great football player.
Will these be one of the back here, Dabo? Will these be one of the best set linebackers? I know you're going to see great ones all year,
Yep.
but those 3 guys combined.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, theirs and ours. I think you're going to have great linebackers on the field. It's two really good groups of backers, both teams. But I mean, they got experience. We got experience. I think we've really developed a nice little core in our room, and but yeah, I mean, getting 7 back for them is a big shot in the arm, and how again, I mean, led them in sacks the year before, so he's productive, and I'm sure he'll be very confident getting back out there and ready to go.
Do you have it in mind who's going to run out there first at the final? Has anybody separated themselves, or is it going to be I'm going to watch pregame warm-ups?
Maybe. Might watch pregame warm-ups. It might be kind of down to that. But again, as I've said, we're we've got a competition, and I think we're as far as we can go into the competition without going to the games, because they've all been really good, and they've all been just okay, and. It's again not a situation like we had a couple of years ago when we were breaking in a new kicker, and we just didn't have many answers, and that was when we went and got Whitesy. I think we got the answers are here, but we're at a point where sometimes you just got to go play. I mean, you see that at quarterback. It's the same thing. I mean, there's been a lot of times we've had quarterbacks, and you can only get so far. When you got really good, we got that at a couple positions, honestly, not just punter. We've got a couple positions on our team where, I mean, your guys are going to play. I mean, it's kind of 50-50. So, all right, well, somebody's got to run out there first, but then we got to let them play, and then we go from there. Now we get some game tape, and you start, truly getting some game evaluation, and then maybe they both play well. Maybe you see a little separation. And that's what you want. You want competition, and we've got good competition, and but we need it to turn into good production, and that's the expectation. But I think all 3 guys could do the job and do it well. But we're just at that point where like nobody has really truly separated, and it's not because they all stink. It's not. It's because they've all done well, and I mean, it's punting. I mean, it ain't like we're hitting them in practice, and you can't simulate what they're going to see Saturday night. So we gotta get to the games, and then we'll go from there.
Safety and maybe even nickel, another spot.
Sure.
Where guys got to go separate in the games.
Yep. We got depth at safety. We got depth at nickel. We got depth at corner. We got depth in that offensive line. I think we have depth at running back. We've got depth at receiver. So, but we need to go play. And does somebody shine a little bit more when the lights are on, and does some shy away? I don't know.
Speaking of wide receiver depth, what have you seen from Tyler Brown that's leading you to believe that he's ready for a comeback season?
Oh, man, he's just seen practice every day. I mean, he's just been awesome. I mean, just flying around, playing fast. He's healthy. He's made plays all camp, and it's good to see. He wasn't healthy last year. We all saw him make some great plays as a freshman. So just seen it every day, just daily consistency in practice. That's what I've seen, and so I'm really excited about his season. He stays healthy, he'll do his part.
Coach, in the statement released today by Ian, he mentioned using his situation as a learning experience. What have you told him and the team as far as moving forward and using this situation as a learning experience?
Just that. I mean, you grow from it. It'll be a learning experience. So I think we all have a choice. I mean, we've all made bad decisions in our lives, but you have a choice on how you apply that. Do you learn from it? Do you grow from it? So I don't have any doubt that he'll do just that. But certainly, there's consequences for our actions, and so I hate it for him. But he put himself in the situation, and he'll have a consequence for it. And he has. I mean, he's every single day since that day he's had a consequence. But he'll miss some time too, and then we'll move on from it.
I guess he said in the statement that he's out for the LSU game. Will he be back for Troy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I think you said after the Georgia game last year that Georgia expected to win, and your guys played like they were hoping to win. What's your read on where your team was mentally then compared to where you think it is in that area now?
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing, when I watched the tape last year in our opener, we played tough, we played physical, and we were in shape. And those were three things that jumped. I know the score didn't indicate, but it's 6-0 at half, and we had the first big play of the game and we screwed it up. And we had another play we screwed up, right? And so we cost ourselves, and it's hard to make critical errors like that. But it's 6-0, and then all of a sudden you come out in the third quarter and they run a short motion switch versus basic football, and we just turn a guy wide open. And then they have a screen and we have a tackle, and we just break the tackle. It's 50. The next thing you know, it's 13-0, bam, bam, and you're like, whoa, and you're against a good team. And I didn't think we responded well in the third quarter, but I liked how we finished the game, and I thought there was good momentum. Again, it ain't always about the scoreboard when this is what you do for a living. You always talk about how you play, and the things that were on tape were encouraging. They were more encouraging than discouraging as far as how you have to play, and we built on it, and we got better. But I felt like for sure, it was a situation, especially in the third quarter. We made the critical errors and they didn't, and I think sometimes that's just a reflection of kind of maybe where your maturity is. And, this is just, I think, a more experienced team. You had some inexperience, and, obviously Cade, a lot on him last year coming into this game, A lot of it warranted. He had kind of earned some of that, and, but he got better. And I thought he finished the game well, and he did some good things. We didn't do a great job of helping him in some areas. And it's a complimentary game. You don't usually win games like that without playing some complimentary football, and we didn't do a good job of that. So it's a new team, new opportunity. But as far as the difference, I think this is a more experienced group for sure than where we were last year. But hey, it's a big time game. Everybody makes a big deal about losing. Listen, you play good people, man. Like, you play in games like this that game last year, both teams ended up in the playoff. Ohio State played Oregon, right, and got beat early, won the national championship. You play games like this, you can get beat, but we don't shy away from that. We don't fear losing a ball game. We don't fear that. I don't think you should ever fear that. Go play the game. I'm more excited about a chance to win. That's what I'm excited about, and. So let's spot the ball and go see what happens.
The struggles you had with block kicks last season, you shored up the protection later in the season, but is it things like that, mental errors with no preseason going into a big opener like this that keep you up at night?
Yeah, again, y'all, I'm a broken record up here. I've probably said it every single year that I've been a head coach. We're the only level of football that has 0 preseason games. There's a reason why and you got billions of dollars and millions of dollars at stake, there's a reason why they play all them preseason games in the NFL, because they need to evaluate. You can only get so much done in practice, and so there's a reason why they do that, because there's a lot of decisions that have to be made, and it's hard to we get 2 scrimmages. That's all you get in college football. You get 2 scrimmages. That's it. And so you're going against your same people, and you're not going to hit your quarterback, and you got to rep a lot of guys, and there's a lot of familiarity and things like that. So I just think it's all the first game to me is always a challenge, regardless of if you're in a matchup like this or you're playing, East Aboga Community College. It don't matter. I mean, there's just so much you don't know. I mean, they got a ton of new people that we don't know much about. You have no video. Like, you can look at last year, but it's been a lot of time between last year and now, as far as for coaches and things like that to plan and prepare. And so there's always unknowns. And until you get 3 or 4 games into a season, you don't really truly know what a team's identity is. You just don't. Again, if you had 3 or 4 preseason games, you could kind of have a little bit more of a feel for, I think, your identity. As a coach, you think you have a good, feel coming out of camp, but sometimes it takes a few games to really, let everything settle in a little bit.
Actually, Brian Kelly was asked about this yesterday, and he cited injury risk that other teams you scrimmage against, they might have bad intentions and put a player in a bad position. Do you fear that if you play preseason games or scrimmages?
No, I don't.
Every year you have the word. What is the word for this year?
One. That's kind of been my word. Y'all have probably seen the shirts. One. Just trying to create a mentality. I mean, for first of all, it's an audience of one. I mean, really, that's really what matters. Just an audience of one. Just how I do my job. And hopefully in a way that pleases God. That's number one. So, and then it's just for us from a football standpoint, we got to be one. We're stronger together. We got to be one. As I said, there were so many times last year we just didn't compliment each other. I mean, we just truly need to be one. And that's biblical, right? A triple braided cord is not easily broken, right? And so we just need all 3 phases of our team to be one group. And then I think it's a message from a mentality standpoint of because I think sometimes you can, especially with young people, you can get so overwhelmed, and we don't have to win the 10. Let's just win the 1, right? We can't win the last one. That's over. And we don't know about next. Let's just win the 1. And how do we do that? It's a mindset of just this one meeting, this one meal, this one night's sleep, this one decision, this one practice, this one play, this one quarter, this one half, this one game, this one week, like that mentality. And then you look up and you go, whoa, man, it's game 11, as opposed to, going and winning all 12. We're not going to win all 12 games in 1 week. We just need to focus on, we get 1 opener, let's win the 1. We get 1 Tuesday practice, let's just win the 1. Hey, they hit a big play on you, well, let's win this play, this one right here. Giving every play, every moment, the attention and detail that moment deserves. That's how you win the 1. And so just a mindset, I think, more than anything. And, that's really what it's about. And just try to just win the 1. And who knows, maybe in the end you'll be the 1. Maybe you'll be the 1 in your family that creates the change that you want to see in your family. Maybe you'll be the 1 in your field of whatever that you've chosen to do. But instead of focusing on that, let's just focus on winning the 1. The 1 moment that we're in, this 1 press conference. Again, the one Tuesday, the one meeting, the one whatever, the one meal, you name it, the one treatment, just whatever it is we're doing, like, let's just have that mindset. And I think that just simplifies things and helps you have, instead of being overwhelmed, you can be overjoyed in what you're doing. And that's really what I want for our team, man. I want them to really enjoy their time. Man, life is so short. Man, life is a very precious thing. And I get emails all the time. People call me all the time. People write me letters all the time of just some unbelievably tragic situations. And I think sometimes we lose our perspective. Man, I want these guys to really be overjoyed in the opportunity that they have and not be overwhelmed because they're so burdened by what may never come. And so just a mindset, again, an audience of one, be one, and let's win the one. That's all we need to focus on. Bad stuff's going to happen. All right? So that last one wasn't good. Let's win this one, and that's just the mentality. And, okay, hey, that last one was great. Well, let's win this one. And you start stacking those moments, and I think, again, that's how you have joy in your journey.
3-7 in your last 10 games against SEC teams. In those losses, is there something common that you've noticed maybe in going back and look at some of those games?
I would say probably turnovers. Not doing some of the little things well that you need to do. Probably played some good teams. I think sometimes you got to give the other team. I think Texas is pretty good. Georgia is pretty good. Texas and Georgia, playoff teams. South Carolina finished up a ranked team last year. Just not finishing in some opportunities. But if you really break it down, there was probably some critical mistakes and critical errors in games like that. That's usually what it comes down to. But you can pick and choose those stats however you want. We've got some, in totality, I think we've done pretty well. So you can look at our national championships that we lost. Same thing. Critical mistakes, but I think you got to give credit to the opponent. Good teams. Good. You can lose good teams when you. Sometimes they're just better than you. Sometimes you make some really critical errors that cost you.
Got a couple more minutes with Coach. Do we have any questions virtually?
Hey, Dabo, David Hale with ESPN. I know you don't like to think too big picture, but given that the ACC seems to always be fighting sort of the narrative as we go into playoff season, there's a lot of big games, including yours in Week 1. How important do you think your game is, and the larger scope of the ACC is to kind of show out on a national stage moment?
Man, it's important for Clemson. That's all that matters to me. Everybody else is going to create all the narratives and make all those storylines. Honestly, it's important to Clemson. That's what I focus on. I don't make it any bigger than that. Every game we play is the biggest game of the year, and most coaches will say that. Some mean it, some don't. I mean it. Every game we play is the biggest game of the year. Every game. Next week, we're going to play a Troy team that almost beat us twice right here. Our national championship team, that was a really good team, well documented. I think we won by 30-23 or something like that. So every game we play is the biggest game of the year. All the other narratives, all the other stuff that people write about and talk about, I don't get distracted by that. It really has nothing to do with what I'm trying to do on a daily basis.
Take one more for Coach if anybody has one.
No depth chart Week 1 this week. Is that trying to keep things mysterious? You mentioned earlier, just the unknowns.
Mysterious. We're just trying to be mysterious. Keep everybody guessing, and we got some decisions that mysterious. Ooh, it's Halloween in August. Did you do that? Did you do that? Right on cue. Give her a raise. Yeah, I mean, got a few decisions we literally may not make until pregame. So, y'all, no real need in it. Just creates more conversation than what we need to deal with right now. We'll talk about it next week. Y'all will be like, y'all ran this guy out there first. Well, you got there next. So we'll have something to talk about next week.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, appreciate it.